Dear students, now let us see some examples of chapter number 5 from your textbook. This first example is here. If A, B and C are 3 points on a line and B lies between A and C, then prove that AB plus BC is equal to AC. Here you can see one figure. In this figure, you can see that AB, B is lying between A and C. B is lying between A and C. You know that the assume number 4 of Euclid. We have learned that assumes of Euclid's. In that assumes, fourth assumes is like that. It says that things which coincide with one another are equal to one another. Once again, let us see the assume that the things which coincide with one another are equal to one another. Here, the condition is given that B is lying between A and C. That means we can say that AB plus BC, AB plus BC, and on this AB plus BC, AC is lying. If we add AB plus BC, then AC is lying, or we can say that coincide on AB plus BC. So, with the help of this assume number 4, we can say that AB plus BC is equal to AC. Now question example number 2. Prove that an equilateral triangle can be constructed on any given line segment. Here if we have AB line segment, here it is in first figure. You can see that if we are having any line segment AB, then what will be the construction of this equilateral triangle? And what is the equilateral triangle? Equilateral triangle means its three sides are equal. So what we will do? In this second figure, you can see that we will draw two arcs with the help of A as center and AB as radius. We will draw one arc this way, and with the help of B as center and AB as radius, we will draw another arc. Then this both the arc will intersect each other in point C. And if we draw, at last, if we draw line segments AC and BC, then we will get this triangle ABC, which is equilateral triangle whose all sides are equal to AB. Now example number 3. Consider the following statement. There exists a pair of straight lines that are everywhere equidistant from one another. Is this statement a direct consequence of Euclid's fifth postulate? Explain it. First of all, revise that postulate. In that postulate, we see that with a figure, we have seen that if two lines, one line is falling on two straight lines, then, and if interior angles are less than 180, the sum of interior angle is less than 180, then that two straight lines will intersect each other at any point on plane. But here the condition is given that exist a pair of straight lines that are everywhere equidistant from one another. So if let us take one line, this straight line. I am doing this with brush, so it is not straight line, but you may draw with the help of scale. And if this one line is there and one point is there on in this plane, and with the help of Playfair's assume, you have used this assume in 8th standard, and you have constructed parallel line to this line from this point P. Suppose we give this as L line and this point as P point. Then with the help of Playfair assume, we can draw a line which is equivalent from this L. It's means if we give this line name as M line, then M lines all points are equidistant from this L line. So we can say that these two lines are parallel, and we can have this type of line from point P. Only one and only one line we can draw. Now let us see exercise 5.1. In first question, true false. For true false, first question is only one line can pass through a single point. Suppose I am having one point here, and they want to say that only one line can pass, but I can draw a number of lines passing from this point. So we can say that the first line is false, because we can draw a number of lines passing from a point. Second question, there are an infinite number of lines which pass through two distinct points. Suppose we are having here in I am using this figure only, that x and y two points are there, and they want to say that passing from this both the point there are number of lines, but here we can see that only one line we can draw. We are not able to any other line. If I draw here, then this line is not passing from x but not passing from y. So this is also false statement. Now third question, a terminated line can be produced indefinitely on both the sides. This statement is true. Why? Let us see. XY again, take this figure, XY line segment is there. That means line segment is a terminated line. Terminated means we can say its ends are X and Y. But we can draw a line also. We can draw a line also from this line segment. We can draw the line from any line segment. We can extend it both the sides. So the statement is true. Now fourth question is like this. A terminated line can be produced. Okay, that we have done. Fourth question, if two circles are equal, then their radii are equal. Two circles are equal, then two circles may become equal if their radius are equal. So we can say that this statement is true. Now fifth question, in figure, if AB is equal to PQ, here AB is equal to this AB and PQ are equal, and also PQ and XY are equal, then we can say that AB and XY are equal. So this is again true statement. Now question number 2, give a definition for each of the following terms. Here 5 questions are there. To see this or to define these terms, we need some another we need to understand some another terms also. Let To understand this definition, we need some terms like point, plane, angle, quadrilateral, line, ray, circle. But it is not possible to define some terms. Like first three terms are like that: point, line, and plane. We are not able to define them. But for idea, we can see some understanding. We can see some example from our daily life. A small dot made by a sharp pencil on a sheet of paper gives an idea about a point. A point has no dimension, that we have discussed before this video. It has only a position. More point, that a straight crease obtained by folding a paper. A straight line, we can see straight line. Straight string pulled at its two ends. The edges of a ruler are some close example of a geometrical line. So we can understand with the help of fold of paper. If we fold a paper, we can see some crease on that paper, and that to see this crease, we can say that this is a straight line. Then the surface of a smooth wall we can take as a plane. In your classroom blackboard is also we can say as a plane. The top surface of your textbook is also we can say as the this plane. A part of line L which has only one endpoint A and contains a point B is called a ray. Means one end only. If a line has one end only, then end point is one, then it is called ray. An angle is the figure formed by two rays with a common intersecting point. Here, to understand this, I will try a figure, that if I draw this one ray and this another ray, both the ray are having only A as common endpoint, then this we can say as angle. Next is a circle is the set of all those points in a plane whose distance from a fixed point remains constant. The fixed point is called the center of the circle. For this, again, if a point is this, and for 1 centimeter I am having some points, nearer points, and if I join these points, then I will get a circle. So we can say that circle is a collection of points equidistant from center. This way also we can define it. Now see next point, that a simple closed figure made of 4 line segments is called a quadrilateral. Simple closed figure. Yeah, this you have learned in 8th standard, that understanding quadrilateral. In that also you have learned it. So with the help of these points, we can define this parallel lines as two lines are said to be parallel when they are not intersecting, they are coplanar. So they are, if the distance between these two lines are equal. Here you can see this figure. If distance between two lines are equal, then we can say that they are parallel lines. Perpendicular lines. For perpendicular lines, again you can see this figure. two lines AB and CD lying on the same plane are said to be perpendicular if they form right angle. Means here you can see that this angle is right angle 90 degree. So we can say that AB perpendicular to CD, and for that we use this symbol. Line segment. A line segment is a part of line with two endpoints. When two distinct points, say A and B, are on the plane, and if we join them, then with the help of straight line, then AB is called line segment. And to represent it, we will use these symbols. Now, last radius. For radius, we can see that the distance from the center to a point on a circle is called the radius of the circle. As we see in circles understanding, that circle is the set of all those points in a plane whose distance from a fixed point remain constant, and that distance is called radius. And last, this square. For square, a quadrilateral in which all the four angles are right angles and four sides are equal is called a square. Here you can see one figure ABCD, in which you can see that all four angles are right angle and AB is equal to BC is equal to CD is equal to AD. So we can say that this is square.